evening, Toastmasters and guests. I, Toastmaster Ali Assurance, in the syndicate arms of Karachi Toastmaster Club, welcome you all in another exciting meeting. This is our meeting number 906, and today's theme is transition. So, without further ado, I would like to hand over the charge to the captain of the ship, the president of Karachi Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Rumsakawar. Over to you, Toastmaster Rumsakawar.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aliyashar. Welcome everyone to another meeting, the 906th meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club. Life transitions. Frankly, today I'm totally out of words. I have no idea why transitions was chosen as the theme. So I will leave this job to the Toastmaster of the day today, Toastmaster Latif. And since we do not have our BPE today for the business segment, I will just give a brief overview of the Toastmaster itself, the, the whole large community of Toastmasters, which was started way back in the 1920s and by a man named Ralph Smedley. And he found something that was missing: people who could not speak, people who could not communicate, people who were bad leaders, I would say, or who could not be called leaders who could lead effectively. And once he found out that there was a way to teach them all of this, he formed this beautiful community of Toastmasters. And since then, it has been working. And now we have more than 3 lakh, I was corrected the other day, more than 3 lakh members and more than 16,000 clubs worldwide. With that, I'd like to ask our guest, Amra Yunus, about her and how she found us. Amra, would you unmute your mic? All right. So maybe we can take her comments later on at the end of the meeting. Without further waiting further, let me introduce the Toastmaster of the evening. He has been a champion at our club, that is speaking, and his life stories really inspire me because he talks about failure as though it is something to aspire to, and that is very rare. You cannot talk about failure with such positive vibe. So please welcome virtually Toastmaster Latif, the Toastmaster of the evening.
Good evening, one and all. Thank you, President. And thank you, Karachi Toastmasters, for always giving the opportunity of leading from the front, performing roles which sometimes in day-to-day life, at once if assigned, is difficult to roll up or gather that energy to meet and run that event. So today, I am your host, MC, Toastmaster of the day, whatever you call it. But today I will be inviting each and every speaker to the podium and delivering a message. Why life transitions? Today's meeting theme is all based on something which we on day-to-day life do prefer having it. For example, when we go to school, we learn things. When we go to college, we look for our future. When we are towards our mid-age of 20s, 25s, we look for further ahead. And then somewhere, while looking ahead, we forget that during this transition, when we move on to that next level, we forget to excel ourselves. We just least bothered about what is going to happen when we reach there. So I want to leave a message today that why not all these transitions when we are in, we should look forward. We should look forward for excellence. And why not? If there are people in line with us, we will help them and motivate them. As when I saw the agenda, it was 6:30. And by now, I was supposed to hand over my mic to the table topic master. So I would not expand that, but for sure, I would like each and every role player, once they are on the podium, to describe their role. Please let us know what they think about life transitions. So let me call upon, as this meeting for the actually the guests to know, this meeting will run with 3 sessions. The first one will be the table topic, where you will be giving an impromptu speech on a topic given by the table topic master for 1 to 2 minutes, minimum 1 minute. Then there will be a prepared speech session where all the prepared speakers will be delivering their speech, preparing their speech according to the pathways they follow. And then at the end, there will be an evaluation session, which will be evaluating about how the meeting has been run, how to improve, not only the meeting, the speakers and role players. So let us start. The facilitators and the major role holders. First, let me invite TM Ghulam Kader. He will be the general evaluator of our meeting. Sir, please, if you can tell briefly about your view about life transition and then your role. Thank you.
Okay. From the word life transition, what I understand is the different stages of life. While we are children, we behave something differently. Then we grow up into a teenager, and then we enter into our youth. And then later on, the hair which I have goes gray. So in that sort, this is a complete transition from childhood and goes to when you are in your mid 40s, and later on when you become old, that is you cross 60s. So every stage, as like Shakespeare says, that every person has a role to play. People come on the stage and then play their role and go away. So this is the life which has a transition. We have different roles in our this journey, and different sort of characters we are there. And apart from that, we have relationships. Like in some sort of relationship, when we are children of our parents, when we are son, and then later on we ourselves become fathers, and then friends, siblings. So every stage we have a role to play. So that's the idea which I have about the life transition.
Sir, you are the general evaluator, please, if you can.
So as a general evaluator, the section, it will be a third section, and I'll be calling different evaluators who will be evaluating the speeches of Toastmasters, the prepared speeches. And in the second half, I'll be asking for a table topic evaluator, and the person who will be coming in and will be evaluating all the table topics. And in the third half, that is the last half, I'll be evaluating the meeting in general. So that is my role.
Thank you, TMGQ. Now let me invite our R-counter, Mohammad Azhar Khan. TM Mohammad Azhar Khan, please, if you can briefly describe what do you think about life transitions and then about your role. Thank you.
Hello everyone and guests. I hope you are doing well. And today my role is R-counter, and I have to note all my consistent speakers, all persons who will say and okay and repeated words. They will speak again and again. Then when I note it down, and end of meeting, I'll submit to my evaluator and president. And if you ask me about the transition life, so I'm not prepared for this topic, but today I am preparing for my speech. but maybe I'll try my best. I will speak very well. Okay, thank you. Over to you,
Thank
Toastmaster.
you. Thank you, TM Mohammed Azhar Khan, and good luck for your speech. You always have entertained us, so for sure you will not leave any loopholes for that, you won't entertain us. Now let me invite our energetic, always smiling and with smile energized, like, the smile is contagious. So he's one of the great example of being here. TM Azhar, please, if you can describe your role. He's our listener. And please, if you can share your thoughts about today's theme. Thank you.
Um, Thank you. In Corona days, when you mentioned contagious, it's really dangerous. So we must be very careful about our vocabularies. Even words have consequences nowadays. Anyway, come to the point. The transition. I think I'm more concerned emotional transition of my ideas, which I called my perspective. The way I used to think. Uh, 30 years ago, and then the way I used to think about the things 10 years ago, and the way I'm adopting the new things with every passing years, or with every work phase of my life. So it's more emotional, and it's more about my perspective. I think that transition is always important for me, rather my age, or my dislocation from one geographical area to another geographical area. Now, coming to my role today, I'm listener. And Latif, if you are thinking that listener is a very small role, then think again, because being a good listener is as important as a good speaker in Toastmaster. As a listener, I'm going to note some interesting words, phrases, and by the end of the program, I will repeat them, and I will ask you uh, to mention the name of the speaker, and it's sort of a test of your attention phase. And meanwhile, I will enjoy these good phrases. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Azhar. While you were saying you, this means not only Latif, huh? It's all the audience. Please make sure everybody listen to the meetings. Now, as all important we have, and how much we have, we don't know in life, how much time we have, but for sure to keep everyone's time, we have our president, Toastmaster Urusa. Please, if you can share now some thoughts about today's theme and your role. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. First, I'd go with the role. My role is to keep the time of the meeting. And uh, as regards to the table topics, I will be timing the entire table topics and the individual speakers. For the individual speakers, they have to speak from minimum 1 minute to maximum 2 minutes 30 seconds. So at 1 minute, I will be turning my screen green. At 1 minute 30 seconds, it will be yellow, and at 2 minutes, it will be red. There will be no no color or no sound being displayed or heard at disqualification 2 minutes 30 seconds, but it's better to wrap up your speech as you see the red color. At um, hmm, for the prepared speeches, as per your time, the minimum time qualification, you will be seeing the green color. A minute after that, or a minute or two after that, the yellow color, and a minute or two after that, the red color again. And 30 seconds would be the grace period. As far as the topic or transition goes, I feel what matters to me is transitions in terms of cultures, transition in terms of language, transition in terms of human psyche. These things matter to me because I feel humans as humans. Uh, we do change a lot, and with that our relationships with interhuman relationships change as a lot as well. So these transitions, they become very important as we grow older. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, President, for briefly describing your role and little bit about the theme. Yes, transitions are all important. Today, our word master and grammarian is TM Saad, but he hasn't joined yet. He'll be joining in next 15, 20 minutes. So let me describe his role by the time he joins. As a grammarian is the person who note down all the beautiful sentences of the spoken by the speaker, which attracts him for sure. And of course, he tries to make it better while trying to have another grammatical errors. Plus, word of the day. Word of the day is adapt. Adapt is something to accept, to be ready to accept the changes. Like, for example, something suitable for a new use or purpose or modify. So, for example, when we say that things are not like used to be before, we have adapt now ourselves from being in a physical meeting to a Zoom meeting. We have adapt ourselves to many things, which for some it is very difficult to accept. And a successful person is the one who adapt quickly. So word of the day is adapt, and I hope each and everyone should use it. First and foremost, it will be the table topic session. And before that, let's invite our joke master, TM Hiba Rais Khan. TM Hiba, if you can also share your thoughts about today's meeting theme, life transitions.
Yes,
Over to you.
Thank you, TM Latif. Okay, first I'd like to share my opinion. I guess life transition, I guess life transition nowadays is very dynamic, considering we are living in the times of COVID, and we should always be adaptable, like you said, and try to adopt in different circumstances that we live in, a very changing environment. And especially living in Karachi, since Karachi is a metropolitan, high-class metropolitan city, and it has a very fast-paced life in comparison to other cities of Pakistan. So we should be always willing to adopt and willing to transit from one phase to another in life or in any circumstance we are living in. That's about it. And for the jokes, I would wait a minute. Sorry. For the jokes, the first one is.
Hiba, may I request to switch on camera, please?
I suppose I have, because I'm currently, logged in through my mobile. Am I visible?
Yes.
Okay. Later I will log in through the laptop. So, okay, the first one is jokes. Homesickness is what you feel every month when the mortgage is due. The second one is, why did the frog take the bus to work today? His car got towed away. The third one, what did the elevator say when it sneezed? I think I'm coming down with something. And the last one, why did the M&M go to school? Because it wanted to be a smarty. Thank you.
Thank you for enlightening us. Now, first transition of this meeting, our table topic session, and our table topic master today is Toastmaster Ali Ashar Anjum. He not only entertained us with his beautiful speeches, a good message, but whenever he sings, it takes all the show. So today, our table topic master Ali Ashar Anjum, please
Thank you so
briefly
much.
inform about your life transition and then your proceedings.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh, Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Lateef Mansoor Ali. Transitions. I think we all are in uh, in the mode of transition. At in each and every moment of our life, we are learning each and every moment of our life. Being the student of development studies, from the word transition, I relate this transition as a development. So, according to the father of development studies, Robert Chamber, development is a good change from ill-being to well-being. So, transition for me is a change from ill-being to well-being. That we all are in a mode of transition. We are transitions, and we are transforming towards uh, public speaking, good vocal writing. So I think that the transition might be a word, but having a lots of meaning in it. So in my life, there are several transitions. At my school, my teacher who fosters me, then the my university, then in Toastmasters. Whenever I learn a new thing, whenever I find myself new, those moments are the moments of transition for me. So, uh, so now it's time that we should begin our table topic sessions. So, as you all know that our theme is transition, and the word of the day is adapt. So we should adapt. We should adapt according to uh, the topic, and then speak accordingly. So, for as my first table topic speaker, I'd like to invite Toastmaster Noreen Fatma, and her topic uh, is transitions from a student to a professional. Transition from a student to a professional. You have
I'm
1 to 2
audible.
minutes for it. Yes, you're
I'm
audible.
audible. Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, for asking me such an interesting question. So my topic is I have to share my transition from my student life to my professional life. So when I start my, I think last degree, when I was doing my MPhil thesis, I was thinking that it won't going to happen, and I don't know what will happen in my future, whether I would get a job or not, or I will stay at home. But luckily, after completing my thesis, I got an opportunity of internship into WWF, which is known as Worldwide Fund for Nature. And after that, I think I did 2 internships in other organizations as well. So while working in those organizations, even as an intern, I learned a lot. I transitioned from being, I think, I equip myself with different skills. And this was actually my transition. And from that experience, now I am working as a research associate in a maritime institute. And when I look back to my university life, till now, I see a huge difference in my personality when I consider my communication skills, my writing skills, my research skills. I see a lot of transitions which have helped me a lot in improving the better version of myself. So for message to all of you from myself is to you, for myself is to adapt the changes that come your way and be a better version of yourself. Over to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Noli, for your wonderful elaboration. and sharing your experience. Now, I would like to invite the person who is sitting beside the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Zehra Latif. And her topic is transition from bachelor life to the married life. So, transition from bachelor life to the marriage life.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the Day and distinguished guest and Karachi Toastmaster Club. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, Table Topic Master, for accommodating me. Okay, so my topic is from bachelor life to married life. This is the transition. I think most of the people has it in their life, and it's a big change in their life. And in person, there is a big change to adapt a lot of things to transit as a life partner, or to depend upon somebody, or to accommodate him in your life. So this is a big transition for everyone. So I must say that the more you adapt quickly, it's better for your life to go on smoothly. And the thing is, my bachelor life changed into married life. It was the best part of my life. I've been a good adapted person, that maybe I compromise easily, or maybe I have a more positive vibes to go along with the person. As a friend, I'm a good. I'm not saying I'm saying my qualities. This is my quality, that I adapt with people around me, even in my with my colleagues, or with my environment. I adapt quickly the change. So this is my positive vibe. It helped me during my lifestyle, how to go about and how to be a person. Rather being dependent, I move on to independently for my life to move on with. This is my, thank you so much. Thank you. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Latif. But I want to ask one thing, that where is Toastmaster Latif when you was there? I want to watch his expressions. Okay.
You heard it right. Sorry to interrupt. You heard it right. I
Yes.
adapt easily. Not easy to adapt me.
Yes. I second Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir that both husband and wife are wonderful speakers. So now let's go towards our third speaker. And I must say that I can, or we all can say her, the lady of table topics. And she is none other than Toastmaster Mariam Aftab. So can we have, okay. So we have Toastmaster Mariam Aftab, and her topic is transition from being a daughter to a mother. Transition from being a daughter to a mother.
That's a big transition, I must say that. And quite a difficult one. Because being a daughter, you can do many things along, and you can be childish, and you can be what you are in front of your parents. But being a mother, you have to adopt many things. You have to adopt with the changes, with the environment. And that's the big change and the transition of life, you can say. Being a mother, it's not easy. It's a really tough job. Because you have to say no to those things which you love doing, and you can't allow your daughter to do that. Well, now she's swimming. She's enjoying her life. I can't. I have to keep a watch on her. That's the best. I don't like that. But being a daughter, definitely. Every daughter here will say that the best days or the best moment we enjoyed is being a daughter. We have all the freedoms we had. But as a mother, it's It's not we are in cages or anything like that, but there are few points where we think that we have to confine ourselves, we have to take a step back, but that's fine, that's okay. It's a part of life, and we have to adopt with the changes accordingly. It's a big and a beautiful transition, I think. Thank you for the topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mariam Aftab. And from here, I just recalled a theory of sociology that secondary, I guess, stabilization that people learn when there is a responsibility. So that's why there is a myth in a society that if a son is doing nothing, so oh 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 throw him him in a marriage life. So now let's move towards the next speaker, and this time I want Toastmaster Wajahat. So do we have Toastmaster Wajahat? The word of the day is adapt, and your topic is transition from car to Kareem. Transition from car to Kareem.
Yeah, it is a great transition because previously people used to travel from their own traveling tool like cars and all the things. But then there is a revolution brought up in the taxi business, and it is a very profound revolution because it is the miracle, you can say, that the Kareem has no got any taxi with it. There is no commodity, there is no car with the company, but right now they are just handling approximately thousands of vehicles. Like this is, you can say that a strange kind of business with no investment. At the end of the day, we are using the technicalities and we are using the knowledge we are having, because internet is also a revolution. So previously there was a very manual business. People are using the cars and people are using multiple things for just the conveyance from here to there. But right now the things are being digitalized, and it's on just in our fingertips right now, that we are using any source of traveling while we are sitting in our drawing rooms, in our sofa, in our bed. We are just book anything right now. So just because of computer, just because of internet, the extreme revolutionary things we have been encountered in our life in this century, in 2000, which we can say that. So it's a very big revolution, and right now, as far as we are concerned, we are also very positive because it's bringing really ease in our life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Wajahat. And I find that this topic is quite pertinent to you as you're fond of cars. So now I would like to invite the guest, Amra Yusuf. Can we have those guest Amra Yunus? Can we have?
Toastmaster, actually, Amra is a Toastmaster. So Toastmaster Amra, you can come. No need to worry. Maybe she's away.
Okay. So as it is our last, so who should I call? Okay. Toastmaster Uru Satwa. So your topic is transition from man to machine. Transition from man to machine. This topic is for the president,
Someone time me,
Toastmaster.
please.
Okay, so
Someone time
Toastmaster
me,
Latif
please.
is timing.
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster, Table Topic Master. The topic is transition from man to machine. I think it was a good transition. We transitioned from man to machine. That is a very good thing. But we have, I feel, allowed machines to take over man with time. So it is transitioning in a very weird way, in a very different way. So from going from humans and allowing jobs, allowing places to be mechanized, to have automation is a good thing. But too much automation or too much of it has created dependencies, has created mind problems, health problems, and has created a lot of problems in society which are actually putting us in a very bad trap. So I think it was good when we just went one way. So let's just stay there. Over to you, Toastmaster Yash.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Usakawan, for your wonderful insight on the transition from man to machine. So, as I know that, as I already said that we all are in the process of transition. So now it's time for me to move on. And but before that, I would like to ask Toastmaster Urusa as a timer is everyone is qualified for the voting?
Yes, everyone's qualified for voting.
Oh, that's great. Now it's time for the vote. Who is the vote counter? Who is the vote counter? Okay.
Actually, I was a vote counter. Just give me a few moments. I believe we can
Okay.
transition. We can transition to the next segment while I float the vote.
Okay. So our Toastmaster meetings are adaptive enough and flexible that we can easily transition to the next segment. And
Sorry, Toastmaster Ali. Would you please also share uh, the list of speakers with me?
okay,
Because I
can I
joined
WhatsApp you?
in the middle. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Just what?
So I would like to hand over the charge to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Latif Mansurati.
Thank you, Table Topic Master TM Ali Asher Anjum. A well conducted and really the insights are these transitions, which I think each and every speaker has shared their views. And maybe while you were giving a topic to the other person, they might be itching to say something from that also. So a well organized table topic session. And let's move ahead now for the one and only prepared speech session. DTM Tala, if you're ready, I can invite you to evaluate. So our first speaker is TM Muhammad Ashar, and he will be delivering a speech on innovative planning, level 5, prepared to speak professionally.
Yes.
DTM Tala, please, if you can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So Toastmaster Asghar is crossing an important milestone today. He is delivering potentially the most difficult project, which is prepared to speak professionally. He's supposed to deliver a keynote address, and the purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing and presenting a longer speech. The member completing this project has been working to build the skills necessary to engage an audience for an extended period of time. They will deliver an engaging keynote style speech. It may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. They should demonstrate excellent presentation skills and deliver compelling projects. And that's pretty much it. The duration of the speech is 18 to 22 minutes. And the title of the speech is Celebrating Second Successful Year of Merck.
Uh, the minimum time is 18 minutes.
Yes, yes.
Oh. Mr. President, dear Toastmaster, every minute is making a difference. 18 minutes make many differences. In that time, around the end of my speech, 42 people, yes, 42 people who woke up this morning, just like you and me, with a plan for the day, will lose their lives in the world's road. 18 minutes, 42 death. 42 death we know full well how to prevent. For me, this figure is not just a bland statistic. When I was in my primary school, I lost my three class fellows and best friend in Karachi Quetta Road while they were traveling to meet their parents. And they were not the only victim. This road killed thousands of people over the years. As a child, I blame it on God, driver, and fate. But now, as a public policy maker, I recognize that the design also played a part. This highway is a single lane highway and not a double carriage. Why design a road which encourages carelessness? Most road crashes are blamed on human error, but such errors are hardly only tied to the level of knowledge and skills of the individual who are making them. The design of the environment in which those error takes place plays a role. In other words, the human error is often a direct result of a poor design. Yet the design of the road is at the mercy of government budget. It is unpardonable. But let me focus back closer to my topic. Balochistan is total 8 highways. But the worst culprit of this 813-kilometer N25 road, which originate from Karachi to Quetta, it earned, believe me, it earned the dubious distinction of being the murderous road of the province, but also the most frequented one. This road built some 30 years ago for a small traffic, but it is still single carriage way. Every kind of traffic used it. Commercial lorries, the goods transportation for transportation, transport coaches, and the private users alike. Now, we have built this road, but unsurprisingly, the number of the killing of road due to this transportation is increasing with every years. The collection of data is the most painstaking part for any government, let alone government of Balochistan. Government of Balochistan collects data from various available sources, from local journalists, ED sources, relief organizations, and trauma center of the hospital. Even the conservative estimate says that this road is killing between 6,000 to 8,000 people every year. It's a terrible toll. It means that this road is killing more people than the terrorism has been killing in the entire country in its peak. But why there is a hue and cry for one and there is no action for other? One of the reason perhaps is we spring into action based on the things which has optics or visible to us and ignorant about the things which thrives in our races. And we even communicate the death which happened on road in a rather perverse way. No, only 8 people died last night in a road crash. And after all, what John Keynes said, in the long run, we are all dead. And you know, this culture of indifference led all stakeholders and responsible people washed their hands from the matter, and people were essentially left their own devices. Now, there is another reason why it was so. Why this indifference? I believe one of the reason is that the traffic accident are considered to be something unpredictable, something cannot be prevented. My mind is recalling the black swan phenomena, something which is highly improbable, unpredictable, but somehow it happens and you can't do anything about it. This viewpoint, on behalf of public, professional, and policymaker like me, induced a sort of nihilistic attitude and severely developed any post-injury response phenomena for the road victim. But not anymore. A paradigm shift is taking place everywhere. Acknowledging now that the road crash can be prevented, the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development set an ambitious target to reduce the casualty of the road crashes. Now, every country is waking up to this reality. Realizing the seriousness of the situation, like all provinces of Pakistan, government of Balochistan is also now committed to ensure that the people involved in the road crash benefit from an speedy and effective uh, trauma care or management, because there was inaction was no longer an option. Thus came the admission that the fault is not our stars. And this admission is a glimmer of hope in an otherwise grim scenario. We can say that the better sense eventually prevailed. The government of Balochistan is recently established, some 2 years ago, a peri-hospital emergency care system along its narrow highway to provide the initial care. It was long overdue, much awaited, and most welcome. This is called Merck 112. Merck is the initial of Medical Emergency Response Center. And at this stage, I would like to share some slides to make it more clear of what I'm trying to say. Um, okay. So this is the N25, the killer highway, and this is the project which the government of Balochistan is recently established. Now, I would like to talk some of the objectives or the overview of the project. Under this project, we are basically supposed to establish 25 centers, and out of them, 9 centers are functional because we are establishing them as per the availability of the budget. We are supposed to train 16 medical officer, 148 emergency medical technician, and 90 driver. They will be trained in the 1122 Academy, Lahore, because Lahore, Punjab 1122 is a model for Pakistan for emergency management. All centers will be equipped according to our plan, and initially the government has provided us provided us some 618 million, out of which 514 million have been utilized, and remaining 172 million is reserved up to June. This project will cover all 8 highways of the province, but the priority of hotspot area is 125 and 150 I've just discussed. Now, this is our one N25 centers. This is, this starts from Lakpas, the periphery of Quetta, up to our Ab Chowki, and we are supposed to establish these centers within 70 or 60 kilometer, and this average 60 kilometer basically based on the golden hour developed by WHO guideline. Golden hours mean the time from the accident and the excess of the emergency care should be within 1 hour. So this is the ideal situation or the ideal duration we need to provide the help. And this is the N50. This is the least dangerous than the N25. But after Quetta, this N25 leads you towards the Yob and then KP. Uh, our plan for the next month, what we have done, what we are going to do for this project, because I'm adding currently this project. The procurement of the field, because we are going to expand the logistic facilities, so we need some field vehicle to do our job, especially the monitoring section. We are upgrading the existing service. For example, we are upgrading our SOPs, especially the communication system, the way we get the information and the way we follow or the use that information, and automation of our control room. And finally, we are going to uh, expand our centers from 9 to 25 as we have planned. Training of the staff, we have already trained our all those medical officers, emergency medical technicians from the Lahore 1122. Exposure visit, we are sending our officers to the various provinces, especially KPK and Punjab, for exposure visit, because we believe that the speaking is not believing. You have to see it by yourself closer to the ground. uh, Awareness and collaboration, we are also trying to create awareness and collaborate with the related department. We recently have a meeting with transport department and motorway department in order to come up with a joint venture. And as in the next phase, we are going to the community to convey the message that being killed on road is something not glorious. Finally, we are establishing new center in the second phase in the remaining 6 highways. As I told you that we have total 8 highways. We have already established uh, our centers in 2 highways, which we have given them the priority, being a hotspot, being the killer road. But we are going to complete our all highways, which are less dangerous but prone to the accident. And these are the other highways. These are the total 8 highways of the Balochistan. You can see that we have complete our N25 and N50. M is for a medical center, and meanwhile we have identified the area among the other 6 highways, so that we can ensure the safety of and reduce the road accident. Um, the challenges currently, we are facing certain challenges, and we have to overcome these challenges. The challenges is it starts from single carriage road. We have been discussing it, and you know what, when a, a fast moving car tries to overtake a slow moving car, so that car usually collide with the car coming from the front side. This is the most common form of accident because there is no divide between the road because it is a single carriage. A whopping 27% of the road accident have taken place so far because of this single issue. The second is the jurisdiction of NHA and motorway police. Baluchistan, all eight highways are about the length of all eight highways is 4,491 to be exact. It's around 4,500. But the jurisdiction of motorway police is only on few hundred kilometers. Now, the motorway police is supposed to maintain the traffic of the highway. The absence of motorway police makes the highway lawless, and the catastrophic speeds usually ended up with a catastrophic result. Uh, usually, when there is no law, when your drivers are not trained, you indulge on reckless driving, and there are multiple checkposts. They are supposed to stop there for a longer period of time, and in order to overcome their lost time, they put their vehicle on a speed mode and ended up with a um, catastrophic accidents. Goods transport, previously 90% of this transport was catered by the railway department. Unfortunately, in recent years, the railway system as a transportation was ruined due to the reason best known by certain people. But this transport is now on our highways, which are slow moving and most of the time cause the accident. uh, this is the end of my slides, but I want to be last wording over here. I want to take this opportunity to say that today, as a we must use this annual occasion to pledge that we must do all in our hand so that our road become safe and lives are saved. Although it still looks a long way to arrive uh, at the promised land, but this project has taught us to cross our finger. Today, I also made a promise to myself that I will tell this optimistic story to my all three class fellows, which I lost them in a road accident during my primary school days. They, they, I'm sure they must accept my, not only accept my sorry, but will appreciate me what I did before joining them on the other side. Over to you.
Brilliant end to a sorry start, but a brilliant end. And I hope all your efforts bring betterment for Pakistan, its transport, for the labor community, and many others who, inshallah, will visiting Balochistan as a tourist also. Let's move ahead and call upon our second speaker, TM Karim Meghani, and he will be evaluated by President TM Arusa Kamal. Please, if you can describe his objectives. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, and I would request you again to be the timer because I'll be evaluating his speech. Okay, so Toastmaster Kareem will be presenting his second speech from his project Develop Your Vision. The purpose of his project is for the member to develop a detailed vision for his personal life, professional life, or an organization. And for his second speech, he has given his first speech, and from the second speech, he has to share some aspect of the plan to implement that vision. The time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. Your Lord Toastmaster Kareem Meghani, we've heard his first speech. So over to you, Toastmaster Kareem.
Okay. I'm audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you're audible.
10th August 2006.
Karim.
Yes.
Yeah, Toastmaster Karim, can you change the camera angles a little
Yeah.
bit? Or is that by
You're look-
design?
I don't know why.
No,
Why
no.
it's lit. Is it okay now?
You are ignoring the audience.
Yeah, you're not
I'm
facing the
ignoring.
audience.
Your camera is not connected.
That's why I'm asking that, is that deliberate?
No. Is it okay now?
If you're looking at a camera, then that is not connected to it.
Okay.
When you look, where you look
Oh,
when you
okay.
talk to, yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. My mistake.
Now 1 minute is off. You have to speak for 6 minutes only.
Okay. If you want, I can speak in 1 minute only.
No. Continue.
Okay.
Enjoy.
It's okay. 10th August 2006, a day to remember for me and my wife. My wife was having labor pains and we took her to the hospital. That was a moment when I realized that I will be a father very soon. Toastmaster of the day, ladies and gentlemen, and guests. This day comes to everybody's life, at least. When you become parents, when you become father or mother. But that day was not easy for me. I was thinking a lot at that day. I don't know, but a lot of things coming to my mind. I was going through a lot of other things. I was worried about my wife. It was 9 o'clock on 10th August in the morning. She asked me to, let's go to the hospital. We went to the hospital. And then there was a long wait. 1.5 days of waiting. Next day, 3 p.m., Cass came in this world. That was a wonderful moment for me. But that 1.5 days, what I thought, what I was thinking, I need to share with you today. That 1.5 days, I was thinking, when I will become a father, what I supposed to do? What is my responsibility? What I have to do with this boy or girl, I don't know. But when I become a father, how I will raise this kid? What will be my role to play? What things I need to adapt for this particular role? And I start reading one book, and you all may recognize, because that is my favorite book, that is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Stephen Covey wrote this book and he talked about a particular vision. He said that, when you take a new role, you are thinking about how you want to contribute to this role. And you will do a transition from one role to another. I was reading that day. I was supporting my wife, but she was in pain. I was in the hospital. I was with her all the time, but I was reading all the time also. Because I want to take myself out of that tension, that pressure situation, but I want to think about the future also. And what Stephen Covey said from that book to me, Karim, you will be a father tomorrow, so now you will be taking responsibility. What is that responsibility? He said, ability to respond. What? I need to have an ability to respond. And based on your ability to respond, let's write a mission statement. And that mission statement, ladies and gentlemen, give me a track of next 15 years, Alhamdulillah, he will complete his 15 year this year, but that was the track on that day I wrote. I will talk only about one vision that day. As I was talking to myself and I was saying, Kareem, my son will go to the best school, best possible school, which I can afford. That was the day I was thinking about School of Excellence. At that time, there was an idea about a School of Excellence all over the world, and people were talking about schooling. And I was thinking, I want to go to that school. I want to take my son to that school. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't know that school was present in Mombasa, in Kenya. But that was my vision 15 years ago. I read that book, I put that mission statement in my mind, and I told my wife, Saima, I will, inshallah, we will try our best that our boy will go to School of Excellence. Everything in our life, everything what we do, we thought about it. But when your thought you take as a responsibility, and when you realize that this is the ability to respond to this particular role, you are start to developing a vision. Alhamdulillah, in 2018, I was able to send my son to Mombasa. With all financial, all material responsibilities, everything, we were able to send him to Mombasa. But on 15 years, I make sure that my son have good English, he have good mathematical skills, he have more analytical skills, because if this skills, if I'll tell him, if I'll taught him, inshallah, he will excel in that school. Ladies and gentlemen, currently he is in Mombasa and is studying. And that is a very fulfilling moment for me. Because 15 years ago, 10th August 2006, I thought about that vision. And Alhamdulillah, my mission statement was established in a way that it was activated and he admitted to that school. Our mission is to think, and we should have an ability to respond. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, TM Kareem, for an amazing speech. Not only a proud father, but even the son can also be proud of where he is studying now and the School of Excellence. And I hope and wish all parents, whatever they dream for their kids, come to fulfillment. Now let's move ahead for our next speaker. And he is a very new but very well known to us, TM Mohammad Azhar Khan. And I will be evaluating his speech. TM Mohammad Azhar Khan will be delivering his project 2, level 3. Level 2, project 3, Introduction to Toastmaster Mentoring. And his purpose statement will be, the purpose of this project is for member to clearly define how Toastmaster envision mentoring. The purpose of the speech for the member to share some aspects of previous experiences as protege. Speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Speech title is Respect Your Mentors. Respect your mentor, TM Mohammad Azhar Khan. Over to you.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, Toastmaster and guests. I'm audible. Please show me the thumbs up. Thanks. Very warm welcome to each and everyone. I'm very happy you gave me the chance for my speech, and now I can show my some feelings and my experience. First and foremost, I want to show one thing. What is this? Simple.
Flowers.
Plant. This is a plant.
What?
A plant. It's a plant. Showing that some leaf. This is a plant. I bought from the market, not pouring in my office, but I bought from the market. Okay, what is it? This is a plant, simple plant. Everyone knows farmers sow the seed in the soil. Then after a few weeks, we see the appear plants, and farmer pour the water, guard them from the insect and every difficult environment. We believe Allah give us all things, but Allah made his Allah made this universe on physical phenomena. The farmer does the hard work, and then everyone see the beautiful flower, beautiful plant, and experimentary and XYZ. So similar things. Our mentor has an amazing role in our life. We cannot achieve or we can grab that success without a mentor. That's my experience. Thanks to Allah who gave me the super mentors. If I talk about in my professional life, I have worked in different organizations. I have 3 to 4 mentors who guide me. I took inspiration from them. Once I worked in my first big agency where I met my boss. After a few weeks, he started guiding me. He gave me some brief and some tips. I observed his secrets. Secrets means his personality, especially his profession of activity, his method of working, how can meet them, how can he communicate with others, how he can guide to his soon senior and juniors. We work together around 12 to 15. Don't understand what I'm saying, but our agency rules, we have to work on 12 to 14 hours on a daily basis. Once he's went from home in the midnight around 2 o'clock, he said, Azhar, don't forget tomorrow morning we have the one meeting around 9. At this moment, I decided I should work like him, because if you want to go across the border, so you should have some inspiration. You have to learn from anyone. It's my belief. Because if you are free and you are studying out of the area and anywhere, so it means you are wasting your time as compared to you should spend time with your mentor. If you are wasting your time, it means you can't achieve your goal. It's my belief, it's my experience. So I discuss about my new club, my new league, Toastmasters. So there are many mentors. First and foremost, Ghulam Qadir Sahab is a very good, a genius person, very gentle person. He always guide me. Second, DTM, Kala bin Hamid. I'm not the pampering to them, but it's a reality. They always talk to me. Mr. Latif, Asad, everyone they guide me, and especially Mr. What is his name? Imran Rana. They always guide me, always discuss whether you did do this kind of, and you should not do this. Always, I appreciate to all of them. My all mentor, all my seniors, I respect them and I appreciate them. Thanks to all my mentors. When I get the 4 lines from the internet, because I'm not a Shakespeare, I'm not a poet. So just I took just some phrases. Maybe I explained like that. First, I'm telling you, then after which you will tell me how can I tell you my feelings, this poetry. Let the mentor Give an advice full of concern with a value of likewise. Show the counsel noblest teacher who designed use feature. Full of love, the valor of fire. Okay. Mentor, guide me the motivate yourself. One big vision, big thought, big ideas. Basically, he guide, he pampered, eat everything. One of golden quote, one biggest mentor said in the world: if you can't fly, you run. If you can't run, you walk. You can't walk, then you crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving towards forward, step by step. You go and go, move forward. Mentor teaches how can you survive without a wife. No, this is not words of Latif. This is just kind of exceptionally I did this my sentence because I was writing the script also. I was thinking, yeah, my mentors survive without a wife. No, it's a mistake. If I wrote them, so maybe Latif and Mr. Kalam Qadir and our other seniors will see the word situation. So sorry, these are my words, not my mentor. Okay, so please cut this line. But I accept my mentor has a big role in my life. They teach me very well. The number of mentors guide to all percent. I conclude my speech of words, yeah, or my experience. You work hard day night for the money. It's yourself. No, it's no good for you. It's not your life. You should break your comfort zone, meet others, learn from them, teach them, increase your social circle, learn from them, teach other persons, and guide them. Then you will be a man. This is a mentor, and this is your life. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Friends, increase your social circle. We need more participants in our meeting. It's only 13. Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammad Azhar Khan, for enlightening and really amazing speech. Let's move ahead and invite our next speaker, TM Saad Shoaib, and he will be evaluating from none other our genuine GQ, Ghulam Qadir. Please, if you can describe his objectives. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Is Saad there? I think the screen is stuck.
I think he's setting up his camera. He's setting up his camera.
Yeah.
He's setting up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
available.
Okay, let me just pull out the evaluation sheet. Okay, fine. So pretty happy to see this project from Saad, as Toastmaster Saad is, I would call it as the beloved Toastmaster, the most favorite Toastmaster which we have, are always there for every Toastmaster and always our tech host. So this is the big project, the DTM project. And really happy to see this Toastmaster Saad Shoaib from really core of my heart. Right. So this is the first speech of the DTM project, which Toastmaster Saad Shoaib is going to present. So in this, Toastmaster Saad has to demonstrate his or her skill as a leader, which he is, and as a public speaker, which we all know he's a very good speaker. So this is the first speech of the DTM project. I wish you best of luck for this project, Toastmaster Saad. Let's make you a DTM now. Over to you, Toastmaster Saad.
It was the winter
and I was in Punjab. I met a very long time, long time, long time colleague of mine. It was 2019. I was I was already a Toastmaster. And 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 the and the and the thing was, he also he was a he also was a he also was a Toastmaster, which I which I which I which I which I was not aware of. So we just uh, we just we just we just we just talked about it, and 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 he told me that he's actually in the process of making a new Toastmasters a Toastmaster masters in in uh, in Lahore, and I was like, wow, that's a big achievement. And 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 he was always like, you must be a be a be a be a member. Come on, be a member. And I was like, no, I'm a member of a I'm a I'm a I'm a member of 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 KTC. So so I'm preoccupied with it. But I did I did I did I did back it in every way. I did roles after roles in 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 uh in a lot of the meetings. I did 8 roles, 6 roles. I did I did I did it all. And then and then and then I thought this is an this is an opportunity for me. I said, okay, I'll be a member, but I want to be the vice. I want to be the VP education of that. He said, okay, let's just let's just let's just let's just talk about it, but first be a be a be a be a be a member. I said, okay. I became a member, and then after a week, I was a member. The VP of that Toastmaster called me and said, I'm 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 occupied, and I'm offering you to be the VPE. I said I said yes, 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 I will. And then I thought, okay, okay, now what? Because I knew VPE VP is not easy. Then I formed the plan. Me, the VPM, the 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 president, and 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 some other people, and also some also the advices of some member from KTC. I I I I was in the process of inspiring them, motivating them, and my goal was one: making PSF a dis 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 a dis a dis a dis a distinguished club. So after much efforts, after much perseverance, now is the time that even I can't get a speaking opportunity over there. And as far as my uh, aim went, right now, as we speak, Toastmaster International has two more takes to our account, and after that we will achieve what I aim for, and my aim would be complete. That's about it. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Saad, and good luck. And I can start calling you now, future DTM. You will make us proud, and for sure, each and every member who is behind of this transformation of yours will be proud. Now, one speaker I'm always proud whenever I'm hearing, and I am always thankful for this opportunity of meeting him in person. And yes, now we will be hearing from him. Toastmaster DTM Talha bin Hamid, and he will be evaluating by Toastmaster Noreen Fatima. Please, Toastmaster Noreen Fatima, if you can describe his objectives.
DTM Talha will be delivering his DTM project, who is already a DTM, and today he's going to deliver his second project of that second speech of that project. And the purpose of the project is to demonstrate his or her leadership as a leader and a public speaker. Best of luck. Over to you, DTM Talha. And the project time is 5 to 7 minutes.
No, sorry. I actually mistyped on the agenda. It's 8 to 10 minutes. Yeah.
Can you please tell the speech title? It's so amazing.
Share with me the
speech title.
Toastmaster Latif, you say it if you like it so much.
Okay, speech title, 8 to 10 minutes. DTM Talha, a honeymoon made in heaven. A honeymoon made in heaven. DTM Talha bin Hamid.
Okay. Just, am I audible and visible? Okay. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today let me tell you my deepest, darkest, and stinkiest secret. Like most married couples, after my marriage, we went to honeymoon, and that was in 2006. In fact, January 2007. Who chooses to go on a honeymoon in January? I do. Having no prior experience of honeymoons, I thought that going to the northern areas in January for a honeymoon was a brilliant idea. And I thought also that I would save considerably on the expenses because the rates are down. The winter season is not the optimal season to visit Murray and Bourbon, etc. So we landed in Murray and we checked into a nice hotel. Everything was fine and we were getting to know each other. You know how it is at honeymoons. You pretend that you're going to actually get to know each other a lot and you're going to become friends, and then you return, and the dream of becoming friends isn't fulfilled for several years. But anyhow, you do have a nice time. There is that. You do have nice pictures to look at. And you do have some memories of the precious time before you started arguing and before you started criticizing each other's parents and in laws. Anyhow, everything was fine. And in fact, my wife was very happy because she had not visited Murray previously. So this was as good as Switzerland to her. And that was the idea actually. I had done a detailed research of which places had she gone. And fortunately, she had gone only to Karachi and Lahore. So there you have it. But then tragedy struck. It was as if God was smiling at my plans and he took the revenge on my wife's behalf. My wife was there to see snowfall and snow. And meanwhile, I contracted diarrhea in Murray at the peak of winter season. Have you ever been to a wintry place and have you tried ever washing your hands with cold water? Now imagine that, only for a different part and for every 15 minutes. So that, in short, was my honeymoon. When we flew from Murray and landed in Lahore, it was a blessing because while the diarrhea was still there, at least the water was warmer and it was easier to maintain myself. Similarly, there's another honeymoon that I'm going through right now. No, please don't get your minds out of the gutter, okay? The honeymoon is actually a marriage between my organization and Toastmasters. And my speech title today is A Honeymoon Made in Heaven because the speech title of my first project was A Marriage Made in Heaven. We all know what TCF does by now. It empowers children of underprivileged areas through education, and it empowers the women of underprivileged areas by employing them and training them into teachers and principals. And don't you see the similarity between TCS mission and Toastmasters mission? Because Toastmasters does the same, only it doesn't have any preference for a specific area or a specific sector of society. It is open to everyone, but it also seeks to impart skills that are not present already. And I'm fortunate enough that thanks to the organization that is obsessed about academics, there's a very strong training culture in TCF. So I obtained the approval to open a Toastmasters club, and I already had an ally there, Toastmasters from the Inayat, who was a KTC alumni, and he has been wishing to open a Toastmasters club for years, but perhaps he was wishing for someone to put all the blame on. So he found that someone is me. Because every initiative has an equal chance of success and failure, right? So when I obtained approval for starting the program within TCF from the CEO, he told me to connect with HR. And I faced the toughest test of my life, almost as tough as having diarrhea in Murray during honeymoon, because I had to explain the program of Toastmasters to HR, specifically the training manager of HR, in terms that are familiar to HR people. In other words, a lot of buzzwords, a lot of jargon, a lot of fancy projections, things like synergy, competencies, and you name it, all those words. But fortunately, Pathways is crawling with these words. Once you open the literature, that's all there is. So, but that's when I realized that some of my criticism at Pathways is unwarranted. And yes, it was a humbling thought because it is the perfect selling tool to a corporate organization. Try me. Wherever you work, just show pathways to them, just show the levels to them, and they will be convinced. I've seen that happening before my very eyes. It was a 2-hour session, and I went through each and every detail of a project. And at last, the human resource department actually decided to make Toastmasters an integral part of their training and development program. And you know what was the attraction for them? The attraction for them was they wouldn't have to develop the materials. They wouldn't have to finance the thing because the members were willing to finance themselves. They will just need to provide the logistic and moral support. That's it. And their employees would automatically gain in leadership and communication skills. So that's what I pitched. I formed a team with Toastmasters from the Inayat, and we floated the program. We had a company-wide email, and that email did not go from me, it went from HR, which played a huge role because the response was tremendous. Most of the respondents were females from upcountry, and that shows how strong the desire for self-improvement is outside of Karachi. So it had an added bonus of connecting people from all major cities of Pakistan, and in fact, some remote places, bringing them on one platform for the first time because TCF has more than 17,000 employees. Try as you might, you cannot bring them on one platform. You cannot connect them. It's futile. There's just so many of them. But Toastmasters was at least able to bring 20 people on one platform. They paid the fee very gladly, and it took some time because I had formed the team with Toastmasters from there, and also the training head, and one of my team members in internal audit department, and we were all following up with people that the same thing that we do in the KTC. Please pay the fee. Please pay the fee. Please pay the fee. The time is running out. No time was running out actually, but uh, Toastmasters has started a discount program where they have actually waived the charges for club charter and they've waived the new member fee in case you're forming a new club. So that's a great incentive. So the time was running out for them. So we employed that technique that, avail this offer by March 31, otherwise you will have to pay twice the amount, etc. So yes, people came, people paid, and they are so excited that they are already reading up the manuals. We've had our first successful launch meeting, and our second meeting is inshallah scheduled for this Saturday. The biggest takeaway from this is that this is yet another club that has spun out of KTC. This is the fourth club this year that has been formed by KTC members, and This is the third club in Division B consecutively, which has been formed in a corporate entity. So we might just be on the cusp of a breakthrough that we always wanted within the corporate sector. So it has been a great journey so far. Of course, the journey has just begun because the club is very new, but we are counting on all of you for your support, continued support to make this succeed. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Talha, for amazing speech and energetic, because it's an opportunity for each and everyone to feel proud when there is a new clubs. We will be a district by our own, right? If that's your, I hope after this honeymoon we will have your celebrations also. Now, ta-da, 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 ta-da. TM Hiba Rais Khan, may I invite you for speech, and her speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Ali Ashar Anjum. Ali Ashar Anjum, please, if you can describe the speech objectives of TM Hiba Rais Khan. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. My targeted speaker is Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan, and she is delivering her project of introduction to Toastmaster mentoring, and she is on level 2. Her topic, her speech title is "My Life, My Mother." The purpose statement is: the purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmaster envision mentoring, and this speech is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a prodigy. The speech length would be 5 to 7 minutes. So all the best, Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan, for his speech. Over to you.
Okay, am I visible and audible?
Yes, you are visible and audible.
Hello, Toastmasters and guests. A mentor is someone who guides a prodigy who is relatively inexperienced in life. A mentor is someone who guides the prodigy toward his. A mentor is someone who guides the prodigy in prodigy's life in a positive direction and gives that prodigy's life a sense of meaning and a purpose. I've had the privilege of coming across many different people who impacted my life in very interesting ways, both positive and negative. But one such person has always been a constant factor in my life. That is my mother. She has helped me in many ways. She has, helped me in troubled times. She has been a guiding force whenever I needed one. And, she has always lent a hand of support or a ear to listen to all my woes and worries all throughout my, teenage or young adult life. And she has basically helped me in various ways. She's always been there to, listen to my worries and woes, especially when people started labeling me, such as at times people did label me as dyslexic, or some people called me psycho, or some people called me ill-mannered, but she's always been there to listen to my sorrows, my worries, and she's always been a guiding force in my life. She has always, especially during my academic life, when she's helped me, when I struggled with my grades and all, she's been there to support me. And she's also, especially in dealing with office politics, which can be a nightmare for some. She has also been there to listen to whatever I had to say, and she's always pushed me to become a better person than I was before. There's something which I've learned from her over the years. The first thing is have an active work-life balance. By active work-life balance, I mean that one should always be active, and one should always be working in one way or another. And by working, I mean contributing back to the society, or working in their house, working in your own house and all. By working, one can be physically and mentally fit, especially during this COVID times. And by being actively involved in something in one way or another, we also can be healthy. And by this concept of active work-life balance, active work-life cycle. Her thought was that it should not be confined to the house. It should be in your mind. It should go with you wherever you go, whether in a club, in an educational institution, or in an office, or even with a group of friends. She's told me to be constantly, engaged in one way or another, and also have a good work ethic. By work ethic, I mean we should be going in and coming out of the office at a particular time, which leads to a good professional life. And this other thing that she's always encouraged me is to be contributing back to the society. By contributing, I mean it can be both in terms of monetary as well as materialistic. By monetary in our religion, it means zakat, and by materialistic, I mean contributing, planting trees and plants in your neighborhood, or even helping in the building of a well in a madrasa. Or for instance, I teach my maid's daughter as well. So that can also be something, contributing towards the society. And by contributing to the society in both these ways, we are not only becoming closer towards God, Allah, but we are also becoming a better human being in the society and in front of our peers as well. And some of these things I've practiced all throughout my life, and I've constantly practiced it with a good focus, but sometimes I do falter. And in the end, I would like to say that having a good mentor is very crucial in an individual's life. By having a good mentor, we can have that mentor helps you to develop a certain purpose in life, and that mentor helps you also clear out your obstacles in life and gives your life a better meaning. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Heba. Mothers are special, and they deserve real dedication from their kids, from their members of family, spouse, and everyone. So thank you for bringing up this lovely speech to us and make us a little bit emotional. Thank you. Now, may I ask, this ends up all the prepared speech sessions. And now may I ask the timer, President T.M. Marusa, please, if you can share the timings.
Yes, everyone has qualified.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I will be floating the poll first for best table topics and then for best prepared speakers. Okay.
Thank you, DTM Tala.
Toastmasters, sorry to interrupt. Toastmasters, you can also vote. Can you see the poll? because you were actually co-host, but now you should be able to see the poll.
Are you talking with me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. But if not, you
Why
can just
why I'm a co-host?
actually you asked to share your screen. That's why. but
That's
now I've removed the permission. But it's not a conspiracy to disenfranchise you. So you can convey your vote privately to me. Okay, via WhatsApp or preferably via Zoom chat. Okay.
PM Asghar, you are host because we like to be your guest.
Oh, always welcome.
Now I'm floating the poll for best speaker. So everyone, please vote.
Now it's time for evaluation. Evaluation. Whatever you are, you have to be a better version, a better speaker, a better version of yourself. So let me invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Gulam Kader.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. So let's start with the third section of the day, that is the evaluation. So in this section, we'll have again 3 sections. The first one, all the evaluators will be evaluating the prepared speakers. Second section, the table topic evaluator will be evaluating all the table topic speakers. And in the last, that is the third section, I'll be evaluating the meeting as a whole. So evaluation is really very, very important for all of us. We as a Toastmaster are very well aware of it, that we cannot succeed, we cannot win competitions, we cannot become really good speakers unless and until we are evaluated and we incorporate all the feedback in our future speeches. So let's start with our first evaluator of the day. Let me call on the stage DTM Talha. DTM Talha will be evaluating Toastmaster Asghar.
Thank you so much. Just give me a moment. Okay, I need to. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we all die. We will all die. But we want to die honorably, naturally, and peacefully. I believe that should be made part of the Charter for Human Rights, because that is a valid point that Toastmaster Asghar raised today. His keynote actually emphasized the point that it's not possible to prevent road accidents completely. It's not perhaps also possible to save all the lives, but perhaps most of the lives can be saved. And it brought back a flood of memories for me because I have traveled that road countless times. And I've traveled in a bus, in a coach, and that bus was driven by drivers who were apparently on crack. And if they weren't, it was hard to tell the difference. So the dangerous road and even more dangerous humans driving on it. Indeed, the Quetta-Karachi highway is one of the most dangerous roads out there. Also, like all dangerous things, unbearably beautiful and spectacular. Toastmaster Asghar, you started your keynote in your usual subdued manner, but it was a very attention-grabbing start. You established the need for the project beyond any doubt. You used a flurry of words and sentences that was a sight to behold. They were just coming and coming and coming. Unpardonable, black swan phenomena, nihilistic, fault not in our stars, glimmer of hope, something not glorious, lawless, catastrophic, the promised land. I don't know how much of it you actually wrote beforehand and how much you delivered on the spot, but it was spectacular. It was as spectacular as the highway that was the center of your speech. You had great and expressive word usage. You had genuine passion during the first part of your speech. You presented some stunning facts that opened all of our eyes. Some improvement areas. First, some grammatical errors here and there, but minor ones. Initially, your emotional style carried on to the second half of your speech. A change of pace, a change in emotions would have been very welcome because you were broadcasting a sea change in terms of saving lives and in terms of Balochistan government acting to save its citizens' life. So perhaps your tone should have taken a triumphant and more optimistic flavor during the second part of the keynote, and that's what would have made it a proper motivating keynote. Uh, Other than that, I just have one little, I won't call it an improvement area, just a complaint. Your over reliance on slides made it miss your powers of imagery. You didn't really need it, but ultimately, the objectives of the project have been spectacularly met. Thank you for heading this project, and thank you for giving us this beautiful keynote. Over to you, General Velveter.
Excellent evaluation by DTM Talab bin Hamid. So our next evaluator is Madam Toastmaster Rusa, and she will be evaluating Toastmaster Kareem Meghani for his project.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Toastmaster Kareem, it is always an honor to hear you because you give speeches that are so motivational that they make me think. Today, you shared the story of your boy whose mission statement you wrote when he was born. What I really liked in your speech was the way you started the story by describing the entire stress process that led to a very, very positive event. Reading a book while your wife was going through pregnancy pains, labor pains. I also liked the word choice that you had by describing the statement and describing what you chose, how you chose it. What I would like, what I've missed in your speech was basically what I would say is describing while you were describing your stress. I missed gestures. While you were describing the challenges, I missed a little bit of hand gestures. Maybe while you were saying you were stressed, you could have been saying like that. You could have gone like that. While you were describing written, that I wrote the statement, you could have gone like that. So that creates the drama that possibly you were missing in the first speech as well. All in all, I feel you have completed the objective of the speech, and I feel that your personal you have given us this what you can say, this ideal of developing long-term plans, long-term goals, right when you're very young, and you develop them and follow through them. That is a very rare quality. So thank you for giving us a speech and building a speech all around that concept. So over to you, General Evaluator. And I did not time myself. Did anyone?
We'll give you the benefit of doubt.
You have qualified. You have qualified.
You rarely exceed your time. So yeah.
Right. All right. So our next evaluator is Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. Toastmaster Latif will be evaluating Toastmaster Azhar Khan. Over to you, Toastmaster Latif.
It all starts when you have a mentor. It all starts the way you have your gatherings, the way you have your surroundings. All that respect your mentor. Amazing speech. Toastmaster Azhar, you encouraged each and everyone on this floor. You made sure that while a farmer plow a seed, or an Almighty made this world and gifted to us, and with him, he gifted us our mentors. Loved your gestures. If I have to evaluate your speech, this is one of your best speech ever delivered. You had all the gestures, you had the love, you were speaking from your heart. Not a single moment I thought you paused without any meaning. Even that pause was giving us that mentor's face, that reflection of you delivering this project. I might say that when you increase your social gatherings, you make sure that you choose well who you are talking to, what you learn from, loved each and every moment of your speech. This 5 to 7 minutes not only was acceptable for me, but it was worth having being all of here with the audience. Now, as you were excelled in your parameters, your gestures, your pause, I would like to go a little step ahead. When you are delivering a humor and you give a smile, for sure, we do smile also. But how about when you delivered it with a sense? Like, for example, without telling us, no, no, not only this, naming that you don't want wives. If you have delivered your speech, having a potential laugh for each and everyone, we also suffer, we also have wives. So when you already given this gesture, don't apologize because nobody knows your speech. So it will give that impact that humor is for purpose. One more thing, which will give you the excellence of all the projects. I see you a good learner and a good contract between you and your mentors. Avail this moment and describe each and everything into your next speeches. Each and every experiences when you deliver, it will help you being a better speaker. So your gestures were good, your speech structure was good, parameters were good. All in all, it was a wonderful, energetic speech of all times. So over to you, our general evaluator, and good luck, my target speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lateef. And the next evaluator will be myself, and I will be evaluating Toastmaster Sachin. All right. So let me tell everyone that this evaluation, I was very happy with this evaluation. The reason being that it was none other than Toastmaster Sachin. So I must say that Toastmaster Sachin, I have been listening to your speeches since last a year or so. And in this speech, I can see a lot of confidence. You have come a long way. There was a lot of confidence. Your speech was very smooth as compared to your previous speeches. The thing which we do not talk about, but I really want to talk about, is your stammering. You were doing very less stammering today. And that was because of the level of your confidence. Really, I was so happy to see that. And I was observing that, oh, Saad is today doing such a low on stammering. Wow, he has changed. He has come a long way. And I see a very good speaker in you now. Right? Keep it up. Keep up the same momentum. Keep up the same courage. Keep up the same confidence. We really like your speeches. Coming to the content. Very catchy content. The way you started off, you kept us interested throughout about your DTM project. The way you took roles in that club. I don't know, I missed out that club name, or you deliberately did not took the name of the club. But the way you explained us that you took many roles and they were after you to become a member, eventually you became a member. And then from a member to the journey of a VPE, which is a big role, which we all know. It's not an easy role. It's a big role and comes up with a lot of confidence. And the way you transform that club to a distinguished club. Hats off to you. Your voice tone, pitch was perfect. Perfect. We could hear you properly. Everyone could hear you properly. So that was smooth. Camera position, since you yourself is always been a tech savvy, and we look towards you as a tech host always in the contest and in the meetings. So I cannot say much about it. Your camera positioning was perfectly fine. Just one piece of advice. Today you were just standing on one position. So you could have used the stage properly, and you could have moved around and given a good body gesture as well. So overall, best of luck for this first speech of the DTM project. I really, really want to see you as a DTM. Uh, Good luck. Over to you, to myself. All right. So our next evaluator of the day, and the next evaluator will be Toastmaster Noreen Fatma, and she will be evaluating DTM Talawin Hamid. Toastmaster Noreen, are you there?
Hope I'm audible now. Okay. Fellow
Yes, you are.
Toastmasters, today we witnessed an amazing speech delivered by DTM Talha. The way he compared a lighter side of honeymoon with his serious speech objectives in a humorous manner is an excellent one. I really enjoyed the whole speech. And we all know that there are three important components of an effective speech. A catchy opening that we already observed when he said, today I'm going to share the stinkiest moment of my life. And at the beginning, we grabbed his attention, which was followed by his story of his honeymoon in a humorous manner, then followed by his speech objective, that was in which he has to demonstrate his leadership story. And he did an amazing job with the formation of TCF Toastmasters. And the way he described us and the challenges about the formation of this club was amazing. We found him clearly audible. We observed effective body language in his whole speech, and especially the words and the phrases. We observed great word usage and vocabulary in his speech. And we all know that there is always a room for improvement. In today's speech, I found him that he was quite fast, and we missed some of the words, so that it was difficult for actually grasp his speech, and we found him a bit quick. And another area of improvement was that we observed little usage of stage usage. I think he was quite near to the stage, so we didn't find him maximum usage of the stage. So only my suggestion to him is to, while transitioning from one point to another, it would be great if you could move from one position to another, so that would be easier for audience to grasp and to go with the flow with your speech. Overall, it was a great speech with great key message, and it was a true example of leadership. And you did an amazing job. Over to you, Mr. Journal Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Noreen. So we have our last evaluator now. Last evaluator will be Toastmaster Ali Asharanjum, and he will be evaluating Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan.
Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan. Personally, I'm speechless by hearing your wonderful speech. You was confident. Your content was so concrete with the examples, personal stories, and all the 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 the, the ingredient that is that are essential for a good speech. Your eye contact was amazing. There were a hand gesture. He was confident, and the way you, you demonstrate the story. He did how your mother rescued you, foster you, guide you, help you. throughout your life was amazing. The emotional element of the relation between you and your mother was evident in your speech. And the, I think this is a great point in this project that you demonstrate the mentor and the mentee relation in your words and through examples. Your speech can be better. How? I think in your, your start can be better, like you can use a bit of humor, a drama, or a question like Toastmasters, do you know what is needed for a success? A woman, that is your mother. So the so such thing can uh, be related and the hook up the audience. You can use your space more effectively. Eye contact can be a bit more improved, and the you can use the virtual space more smartly, and you can do this all. I know you can challenge yourself with a bit more of drama in writing. So after that, I can assure you that your speech would be great. So overall, you did a great job, and and you are a great speaker. Over to you, the German evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali Asharanjum. So it's time for table topic evaluation. So for table topic evaluation, let me call Toastmaster.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's time for votes first for best evaluator. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Timer, has everyone qualified?
Yes, everyone's qualified. Everyone is qualified.
Yes. DTM Tala, please float the poll.
Has everyone voted? Yeah, I'm the only host, so that means that there should be, yeah. Now the votes are complete. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Now it's time for the table topic evaluation, and our table topic evaluator for today is Toastmaster Kareem Meghan. Over to you, Toastmaster Kareem.
Thank you, General Evaluator. It was the first time for me, so for the table topic evaluation, so it was an experience. I did some small research that how to do a table topic evaluation and what will be the best process to do it. So I came up with one solution which I will share with you right now. What is one of the roles as a table topic evaluator was to active listening, basically to practice active listening also. So which I read in the website and all the documents. So one of the things that to read it properly and to listen to everything, and then to come up with some kind of a solution and some kind of suggestion to all the table topics. So I'll share my screen. This is one solution I found, and I think that you all will like it. So we had a very good table topic session. this evening. We had 5 table topic presenters. The topic was wonderful, transitions from different things, and so this is some of the criteria I made it with in this particular sheet. So, like, we have TM Noreen Fatima, TM Zahra Latif, TM Mariam Aftab, TM Wajad, and TM Urusa Kanwal. And I made some notes for myself. So, just to give you a clear idea of how it was presented. So, TM Noreen Fatima, the first table topic, she was talking about transition from student to a professional. I like their opening. She said about the internship at the WWF, and how she's working there, and how it give her the experience, different skills in transition, working in research associate, that helped her. And she came with this. I love this particular section because people can come up with so quickly and reflect back on their lives. And I personally like that kind of reflection when I'm doing my speeches. So I really appreciate the way she constructed her table topic session. Better version for yourself. That was her conclusion. So stance was good. Eye contact was good. Hand movement was okay. Clear voice was okay. I didn't see any comedy or anything like the humor part was missing, but it was okay in 2 minutes. Whatever you can do. TM Zahra Latif, I think that she started well, transition from bachelor life to a married life. Very interesting subject. She thanks the audience. Most of the people have it. It's quite a common phenomena. The more you adapt quickly, it's better for life. Person transition was good for her from bachelors, from married. Positive vibes in her helped her. I think that was her main message in her table topic, and it allows her, because of positive frame of mind, she allowed her to moving on from bachelor life to married life. Stance was good. Little bit nervous. I felt that she was little bit nervous, but her eye contact was okay. Hand movement, I didn't seen much of her, and her voice was quite clear. TM Mariam Aftab, always she comes as a guest, and she participated in table topics. Transition from a daughter to a mother. Interesting part that her daughter was in swimming pool, and she was she was talking about the same subject. So there was a transition. I felt that she was not in this subject, that the way she was presenting, it was not the similar way from last time. No salutation. She was confident, natural start, very natural as a mother. She's taking care of her daughter. We have to adopt many things. Being a mother is not easy. It's a tough job. We are not allowed to do things which sometimes it make me a little nervous. Being a daughter is a fun, and it's very unique. I like that particular sentence. And then she talked about it. It's a beautiful transition, but I think that there was a connection was a little bit of missing. Stance was good. Eye contact was okay. Hand movement was not seen. Voice was clear. TM Wajat, transition from Kar to Kareem. I am also Kareem, so Allah Kareem. We all are Kareem. It was a great transition, as it is from your own car to paid car. So he started well. I found it that his table topic was very unique. The way very confident what he was saying. I felt that one of the best of all these 5. It is profound revolution in taxi business. It's a strange type of business. Internet is also in revolution. Manual car was in past, being using now in transited to digital car. So digital car scheme. So he was very confident in the way he was explaining. We are comfortable, we are calling taxi service, and we are more free with technology. It brings lots of realities in our life. I like his conclusion. Stance was good. Also, eye contact was good. Hand movement was not seen much, but very clear voice and very confident voice. TM Urusa Kanwal, president, transition from man to machine. I felt that her start was little nervous. I think because she was taking some roles also. I think it was a good transition, but I feel, allowed machine to take over men. It's transitioning in a very weird way. How it was weird, we moved to automation, but it's kind of too much, and it's creating a lot of health problems. I think there was a little bit of clarity which I found it was missing, but it's okay. It was better like in past. Let's stay there. How we stay there, that's also another question. Stance was good, eye contact was good, hand movement I didn't seen it, but voice was quite clear and confident. Overall, wonderful table topics. The topic was wonderful. The way transition was started with the tabletop, the Toastmaster of the day, how he started this particular part also. So we all came into this particular notion. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, table topic evaluators. So we come to the last section of this evaluation, and that is that I will be evaluating the meeting as a whole. So today I was the debutant general evaluator in the KTC. Let me be honest with everyone. I never used to take this role. Why? I always thought that this is the most difficult role to be a general evaluator, because there were the three sections. You cannot get away so easily. So today, Alhamdulillah, I did this role today. All right. So the meeting as usual started off late. In the agenda, it was mentioned 6:30, but I have an advice over here to the XCOM that we always start the meetings after Maghrib prayers. That is somewhere around 7ish. So why not amend the agenda from 6:30 to 7ish from the next meeting onwards? So if there are any guests who would like to come, they would be coming at 7 o'clock instead of coming and logging at 7 and then seeing that for a half an hour nobody's participating and the meeting has not started. So that's just a suggestion. But as a member, we all know that the meeting will start after Maghrib prayers. So Toastmaster of the day started the meeting very well. He engaged the entire audience with the theme, that is a life transition. Every role holder was supposed to explain his or her thoughts about the life transition. So very well done, Toastmaster of the day. Then came the best part, which I really enjoyed it, the table topics, and a very well conducted table topic session by Toastmaster Ali Asharanjo. The best part was that which I felt that the speaker, which he used to call, he was associating that topic with that individual, and then on the basis of that, the person was pretty comfortable in speaking on those topics. So that's an art which a table topic master has to adopt and has to learn. So I really learned from you, Toastmaster Lishanjum, that whenever next time I'll be a table topic master, I'll be doing the same, that I have to pick and choose such topics that every speaker is able to speak at least for 1.5 minutes. That is the minimum. So there was no time disqualification. Then the evaluations were done in quite good. Good feedbacks received to the speakers, and I'm sure those speakers will incorporate them in their future speeches. And that's about it from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, TM Ghulam Qadir, our general evaluator of the day. Yes, every meeting we have to evaluate and improve, but for sure, our next meeting, we know who is our table topic master. 14th of April meeting, it is Ghulam Qadir. Now let's get the votes for the top 4.
Toastmaster
Wait,
Ghulam Qadir. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Toastmaster,
Oh, sorry. I again missed the
Ghulam
votes.
Qadir, you have to take the roll. No, you forgot the role players. Meeting role.
My bad. My bad. Okay, so we have to take the reports from all the role holders. Right. So starting with the word master. So my apologies. I need to pull the agenda again.
Grammarian and word master.
So sorry for this. So sorry for this.
Yes, it's me.
Yeah. So report from grammarian word master, Toastmaster Saad Shoaib. Over to you.
Okay. So the word of the day was adapt, and it was used by Toastmaster, Toastmaster Zara, Toastmaster, Toastmaster Latif, Toastmaster Ali Ashar, guest Mariam, and 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 also Toastmaster Kareem. You
I also
Yes,
use
sir.
it in my table topics.
I've also used it once.
okay? I was a bit after time. So apologies for that. And now for the a few for the few improvement in English, but everyone was quite over was was quite okay, uh, but a word was said caused the accidents, and that's I think that's that's accidents. Uh, that's and and a word was the 1 minute, and that's I think 1 minute. And now and now for the good words, the the nihilistic attitude, awareness and awareness and collaboration, black swan phenomena, and and a lot of words by 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 a Toastmaster Azhar. Those were just too good. So yeah, that's about it. And it's and it's over to you, Toastmaster GQ.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saad Shoaib. So our next role holder will be Toastmaster Rusa Kawal. She is doing the role of timer. So may I please have your report?
Yes, General Evaluator. For the table topics, Toastmaster Noreen spoke for 1 minute 47 seconds. Toastmaster Zera spoke for 1 minute 56 seconds. Toastmaster Guest Mariam spoke for 1 minute 23 seconds. Guest Toastmaster Bajaj spoke for 1 minute 45 seconds. And I spoke for 1 minute 18 seconds. In the prepared speech segment, Toastmaster Azwar spoke for 18 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Kareem spoke for 6 minutes 41 seconds. Toastmaster Azhar spoke for 7 minutes 14 seconds. Toastmaster Saad spoke for 7 minutes 29 seconds. Toastmaster Talha spoke for 10 minutes 16 seconds. Toastmaster Hibas spoke for 5 minutes and 45 seconds. For evaluation, DT Abdullah spoke for 3 minutes 21 seconds. Toastmaster Latif spoke for 3 minutes 22 seconds. Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir spoke for 2 minutes 45 seconds. Toastmaster Noreen spoke for 2 minutes 10 seconds. And Toastmaster Ali Ashar spoke for 3 minutes 11 seconds. The table topic evaluation lasted for 6 minutes 30 seconds. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rusa. So our next role holder is of our counter. I do not see Toastmaster Azhar. I think he has left the meeting. He was the R counter.
Yeah, actually he was facing connectivity troubles, so he popped back in, but then with him.
Okay, so let's move on to the next role holder, that is the listener. And the listener role was done by Toastmaster Muhammad Azhar. Asghar. Over to you, Toastmaster Muhammad Asghar.
Thank you, GQ. I hope you attended today's meeting attentively, and let me prove my hope now. Someone said God was smiling on my plan.
Master Azhar.
DTM Tala.
Oh, yes, DTM Tala. Someone said, I want to be the better version of myself.
Noreen Fatima.
Kareem. Toastmaster Kareem.
Hmm?
Toastmaster Noreen.
Noreen
Yes,
Fatima.
yes, Noreen Fatima. Someone said, mentor teaches you how can you survive without a wife.
Toastmaster Azhar.
Someone said there was a long wait, 1.5 day waiting.
TM Kareem.
Yes.
And he was waiting for.
Someone said, run if you can run, walk if you can walk.
Azhar. TM Azhar.
If you can't walk, scroll.
TM Azhar.
TM Azhar.
Okay. Someone said, I said, yes, yes.
Saad.
Yes. Okay. Let me check if I have other interesting words for you. I want to be selective. Okay. Last one. You pretend to know. You pretend to get to know each other.
DTM Talha.
Toastmaster Tala.
Yes. That's it from my side. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Asghar. Please guide me. I have to call for the votes for the best Big Four, or do I have to now hand over the charge to the Toastmaster? Please help the debutant
Yes,
general
Big Four.
evaluator.
Big Four.
No, wait. You have to hand over the charge
to the Toastmaster of the day.
Yeah, so that they can finish their role, and you can only vote for a role once the roles are finished, right?
Once the roles are finished. Perfectly fine. Yeah. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Latif Mansoor Ali.
Thank you for amazing session of general evaluation. I wish we had a lot of more witness to see how energetic our meetings are, how we learn from one another. This is the process which I really feel that we all should have in us to excel in that moment for future transition. I really wanted each and every member to reflect on what the moment they are doing right now, how they can improve themselves. As normally we say, it's better to be active and aware of the changes than being sorry of the cheese which has been moved from someone else, what we were used to enjoy. So I request our tech host to please float the vote for Big Four. Today was an amazing day. Everyone performed to their best level. I can see 1956 TV on Saad's screen. Let's vote, and now I hand over my meeting role to President Urusakawar. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Latif. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Latif. Another wonderful meeting concluded, and I hope everyone has cast their vote for the best Big Four. Let's move on to the Critics' Choice vote. Let's move on to the Critics' Choice Awards for today. The Critics' Choice speaker for today, based on the International Speech Ballot, is none other than our very own DT Abdallah for his speech Made in Heaven. And the Critics' Choice facilitator for today, our listener, Toastmaster Asghar, for conducting a very good listening session. And for the next, for the popular votes, DTM Kala, if things have been computed, can we have the votes?
Thank you so much. So for the best speaker, it was a close contest, but ultimately, and as I feel the need to disclose, I did not vote because I cannot vote. But even then, I won. So thank you, everyone. For best evaluator, again, a very tough contest, but just by one vote, and that is again not mine. Uh, the victory goes to Toastmaster Noreen Fatma. So,
Congratulations,
best table.
Toastmaster Noreen.
So, best table topic speaker goes by quite a large margin to Toastmaster Noreen Fatma once again.
Congratulations.
So, high time, Toastmaster Noreen, you filed your renewal. And okay, best big four was again very tough competition. And since the votes are relatively few as well, uh, but again, by a very narrow margin, the best big four goes to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Latif.
File your renewal as well.
Thank you so much, DTM Kala. Um, I, I have received a suggestion that we should be voting for best three speakers from the next meeting. So, Toastmaster Saad and DTM Kala, how would that voting go?
Actually, let me first explain. The thought behind it was that sometimes we are just bound by having to vote for just one speaker. We should be able to rank, right? Because I think that will train us better to objectively evaluate speaker. So yeah, it will be a poll. I will, in fact, myself and Saad can work out a way. I will request Saad that I believe a ranked voting can be arranged very easily on Google Form. So let's try that
We'll be
because
voting through Google Form.
yeah. So the thought behind this is that when we have the freedom to vote for at least three speakers, we will be more careful in voting, and maybe our votes will be that much more well analyzed. That's the only consideration.
That I think that is a good thought, and we should maybe have it by the next meeting. And one more thing, we do plan to introduce a voting for the tag team players also, a popular vote for the tag team players. So instead, maybe replace the critics' choice facilitator. Instead of having one person look for the goodness in the tag team players, the whole club can vote for the best tag team player. With that, I think it's a wrap. Let's meet next week with another team of the entire meeting, and let's have same place, same time.
And just one more thing.
Bye.
Just one more thing. Next week, maybe the start of Ramadan. Uh,
Yeah.
so in that case, most probably, Latif, why are you dancing when I mentioned Ramadan?
I'm practicing since a long time, no fasting.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Perhaps you have already done all the fasting that's required for Ramadan. So yeah. But actually, if that is the case, and if Wednesday is actually the eve of Ramadan, obviously we can't have a meeting, and then perhaps again we'll put it up to members' votes just like before. But most probably we'll be shifting to Sunday morning, right? Uh,
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning at 12. So yeah, Sunday noon actually, but noon is morning on Sundays. So yeah, so just a heads up for everyone.
All right.
All right. Allah Hafiz,
So,
everyone. Bye.